Arcelia Abescal had long been a notorious name across Outer Tantalus, the infamously brutal leader of the so-called Paleborn. She had maintained an unusually long career for a renowned pirate, escaping CDF capture many times, and seizing countless prizes from civilians and rival pirate groups alike. Abescal's ruthlessness was matched only by her cunning, as over her long career she had mastered every corner of her home system of Atamara, vanishing into its shadows after every successful raid, just as suddenly as she had appeared. In the years leading up to the Primrose incident, Abescal's Paleborn had been observed with notably more ships and munitions than usual, and a change in tactics away from the typical frugality of a scarcely supplied pirate fleet, which had allowed them to begin assimilating numerous smaller pirate bands into their number. It is now speculated by historians that this supply of arms and equipment was orchestrated by the Mayalan revolutionary Kaito Hakim, who had evidently developed a secret correspondence with Abescal. When Hakim's revolution finally took place in 290 PCU, the resulting chaos allowed Abescal to finally unify the pirate bands of Atamara under her banner, as a newly styled Pirate Queen, just as Hakim had promised. And with the Union's succession from the Assembly on the 179th of Solstice, Hakim saw Abescal and her fleet as his most valuable tool. In his pre-war rallies and later in his first war council at Hatoba, Hakim had put forward the new Union's goals in any violence against the Assembly, to which his co-councillors had agreed. These goals were twofold: the seizure of vital goods and supplies in a coordinated piracy campaign against the Assembly, and a strategy of bold and intimidating power projection, intended to quickly force the Assembly to the negotiating table, where more favourable treatment for the people of the newly independent frontier could be secured. To this end, Hakim had already dispatched Abescal and her fleet to the Axius system, with instructions to forcibly secure additional ships and supplies that would bolster the Union's fledgling navy and inflict a serious psychological blow that would be circulated throughout the Assembly media. Free Warden Lemaire of Dalstaff and Fleet Leader Devin Tandil were reportedly furious that Hakim had ordered this attack before calling his war council, essentially making the decision unilaterally, as they felt that given Abescal's reputation, she could not be trusted to keep Assembly casualties low and maintain public sympathy for the Union's plight, which would be vital for any negotiated peace. It has been suggested by some that Hakim had predicted these protestations and deliberately ordered the attack before they could be voiced, but he publicly maintained that he was only motivated by maintaining the element of surprise. Tandil and Lemaire's concerns would quickly prove prescient, however, as Abescal's attack on the outer Axius system, though remembered as the First Battle of Axius, was far more massacre than battle. Splitting her forces and falling upon the unsuspecting garrisons of Fort Weaver and KDFY's Fairfax Ravelin Wharf, Abescal inflicted brutal casualties, and as a result of Axius's status as a major recruiting world, many of the dead were cadets and junior officers. From the deck of her highly modified flagship, the Wicked Witch, Abescal plied the trade she had spent a lifetime mastering, leading several boarding actions herself in the space of the same day. She tore vessel after vessel from CDF hands, leaving a trail of bodies in her wake, and before word of the attack had even spread beyond the Axius system, she passed back through the Axius Atamara drift lane at the head of a fleet 30% larger than she had arrived with. Everything Tandil and Lemaire had feared had come to pass, their hopes of a near bloodless settlement lost forever, and sympathy for their cause in the Assembly now completely evaporated. Kaito Hakim had made real the grand struggle it seems he may always have wanted. After the brutality of First Axius, the CDF would be left with only one acceptable recourse: to fight back with equal ferocity. The Frontier War had begun. Thank you for watching. You can get the Sojourn through various distributors, all of which are accessible through www.thesojournaudiodrama.com. You can also get the series through Patreon, where you'll be able to access various bonus features, including our visual dictionary, Guinevere cross-sections, and anthology shorts. Remember to join us on Discord and get regular updates on all upcoming Sojourn releases. All the related links can be found below this video. Fair winds.